series we're in is called 7 Mile Miracle.
That's right.
And for people that aren't following along in the book, what is that? What's the main idea there?
Well, the main idea is that it takes a journey in the scriptures of two disciples that went to Emmaus. It's a 7-mile journey, and it's using as each mile marker one of the last words of Christ, the 7 last words from the cross. So each Sunday in Lent will be focused on one of those words.
The first word for Ash Wednesday is forgiveness.
Correct.
And so we're actually looking at the first Sunday in Lent.
Right.
Which is
Sunday.
A word of salvation.
Mm-hmm.
And
also, word of set your clock ahead.
Yeah. Word of I'm an hour late. Without giving too much away, because we have Sunday to look forward to, what's kind of your sort of dominant thought for the message in particular on Sunday? Where are we going with this word of salvation? Or what, maybe tell us what is the word of salvation?
Well, it takes its cue from the word on the cross. The one thief crucified next to Jesus says, "Remember me when you come into your kingdom," and Jesus says, "Today you'll be with me in paradise." Well, this the whole thing is about not just salvation, but remembering. And I think there's, it's kind of the cry of the guy in his desperation, "Don't forget me, Jesus." And many of us have those days. Jesus, are you out there? But the other one is when we have communion, we always include this phrase of Jesus, "Do this in remembrance of me." What is this remembering? What are we doing? And I don't know why, and maybe people won't even remember this, but, almost 20 years ago, Tom Hanks was in a movie called Castaway. And then FedEx did a commercial takeoff on that thing. And some people may remember it. So there's this guy who comes with
Hi.
Hi.
I was marooned on an island for 5 years with this package, and I swore that I would deliver it to you because I work for FedEx.
That's very admirable. Thank you.
Hey, but by the way, what's in the package?
Nothing really. Just a satellite phone, GPS locator, fishing rod, water purifier, and some seeds. Just silly stuff. Thank you again. You keep up the good work.
Which, to me, is like you had it all along. And that's really, I think, the remembering is, because we're often trying to be self-made people, and there's some things only God can do for us. And that's what this is really about.
You mentioned the thief on the cross, and I was thinking about that. At first, in the scriptures, they're sort of described as mocking Jesus. And I remember that there's a passage in scripture, you probably know, you know this, it says, "God will not be mocked."
That's right.
And so you've got these two thieves who are mocking Jesus, and then one of them sort of changes his tune right at the end. What do you think that says about the nature of God, that he could be God as man, hanging on the cross, lowest point of his life, being mocked, but then one of the mockers comes in and says, "Wait a second."
What they were all doing, the soldiers, the religious leaders, and one of the criminals next to Jesus, they were all saying, "Oh, you're into salvation. Well, save yourself. Let's see it." And the deal is, he could not save us if he saved himself. He had to make a choice. And somehow that one thief kind of, this is really the guy. But there's something that touches us, I think, in the suffering death of Jesus when he's willing to give himself up for us. And that, for some of us, that just opens our eyes. Others dismissed him because it just looked like weak and failure. We don't see the end of that until Easter.
This is a journey, like we're building up towards Easter. Like Advent, where we are preparing to celebrate birth of Jesus, Lent is preparing for a different celebration.
Oh, the reason I can't say I'm excited about Lent, but the reason, no, really, because it's got such, but it gives an opportunity to kind of put the static away and refocus on some basic things that are really true. And so I'm told all during the year I ought to try a new program of this, or I ought to start a new thing, or I ought to invest better, or I ought to, better, like I can do it. But there's actually a part that I can't do this. I have to be forgiven, and I need someone to rescue me. And this is sort of an honest to God season, is what it really is.
Sure.
And it is a journey for all of us.
What does the pastor give up for Lent?
That's a great question. And in fact, Linda and I were talking about that, and I said, I've never really found it very meaningful to give up French fries or chocolate or something like that. And I haven't found exactly, given the gravity of what Jesus goes through, for me to say, well, I guess I'm not going to, eat Twinkies this month. So what I'm giving up is Facebook. I'm getting off. And so bye to everybody who's a Facebook friend, because I'll catch up with you on Easter. But not because it can be distracting, but there's just a lot of staticky noise. And I would like some brain space and heart space to not be reacting to all that.
Well, I personally am giving up sweets, but
but not quite since tomorrow.
Since our Ash Wednesday service is in
Tonight.
the evening,
Right.
I feel like I've got the rest of today to eat as many of these delicious things as I can. So,
And that's why Tyler didn't want us to do the 6 a.m. Ash Wednesday thing, because he wouldn't be able to stuff himself with those all day. But
that's right.
we plan to see you Sunday.
All right, we'll see you all. And if you have any of your own thoughts, maybe you tell us what you're giving up for Lent. You can leave that in the comments below this video.
Super. See you Sunday.
All right.
Thanks, Tyler.
Yep.